guys, and welcome to Trucking Along with Kiersey. That's me, your positive voice in trucking. And today I'm going to talk to you about home time, because it's not so easy to get home. You would think that it would be, and today it's a little frustrating, honestly. So new people are always asking me, like, what are the chances that you're going to get home? What are your issues out in the truck? Today, one of my issues is, well, this hat looks like a turban, and somebody's going to think that I'm in a cult, or I changed cultures, or moved out of country or something, but no, I'm still here. Anyway, so in the past 10 years, I missed home time twice, and it looks like I might miss it again. Well, I kind of sort of did, because originally this load was supposed to get me home Wednesday, and I had requested to be home for Thursday, because unbeknownst to my fleet manager, I have a flight that's leaving out Saturday morning going to Vegas. Now, why am I flying to Vegas instead of driving there and getting paid to drive there? For two reasons. Because number one, when I was there a couple months ago and you guys saw, the cat was not happy being put in a boarding facility. And number two, I wound up sitting for a couple days to get a load that was going to take me there, and then there were some issues where the load had to be repowered, and I was trying to save my fleet manager some of the frustration and trying to save me some of the frustration, because it should be really easy to get me into Springfield, right? You would think. Apparently not. So what happened was I should have been 2 hours away from Springfield and it would have been easy. Well, I got stuck in that nasty, nasty storm. So I get to Tyson, and it wasn't Tyson's fault. My load was done when it was supposed to be done. Gotta give them that. All right. And Tyson's usually like 40,000 pounds or so. So with the really strong winds, I was still confident that I'd be okay. So, my dispatch and safety were sending all kinds of messages. They had a couple blowovers. If you're light, if you're empty, park it, all that good stuff. But I was like, I'm going to have decent weight. So I told my fleet manager, all right, the bills are done. I'm going to go hook up to the trailer, and I'm just going to see how far I get. And his response was, you're not hauling bullets to the front line. No load is worth your life. So be safe and let me know, if you have any issues. Okay, cool. That's kind of what I expect here. I hook up to the trailer. I go to lower the landing gear. It just spins. Now, you newbies don't know what that means, but the experienced drivers know that if you can crank the landing gear with no issue and do it with like one finger, guess what? That trailer is really light. So I run in and go look at the paperwork, and yep, 15,000 pounds in the box. 40 mile per hour winds, 60 mile per hour gusts. Yeah, not happening. Not a good idea. And for you newbies, all you have to do is go Google wind chart tractor trailer, and there is an excellent wind chart that will show you, and it'll give you a chart that says like consistent wind speed, and then match that up on the grid with cross gusts, and then it'll tell you like how much weight you have in the box, whether you should park it, are you okay, is it, So this wind was crazy. It was Texas, it was Nebraska, it was Kansas, it was Kentucky, it was Iowa, it was all over the place. And yes, we had multiple rollovers. We weren't the only ones. I saw a lot of rollovers, blowovers, whatever the hell you want to call it. But so this was like 1600, and I was supposed to have 2 stops and deliver the one at midnight at 2 a.m. So I was about 360 miles away. The wind alerts were on for more than 24 hours. And I'm not just talking about like wind alert. We're talking warnings. We're talking like, it's not like maybe it's going to be bad wind. It's like, no, it's bad wind and things are falling apart. Things are flying all over the place. And that's something that people don't always think about either. When it comes to wind, you're not just dealing with, like, are you going to blow over? You're dealing with, are trees going to be flying at me? Are billboards going to be breaking apart and flying at me? And these are things that new drivers don't think about. So, you know, I told my fleet manager, I hooked up to the trailer, realized it was light, and it was like, just as soon as I looked on the paper to see how much the weight was, dark clouds just came flying overhead, and the wind just started picking up, and all of a sudden the flags were standing straight out, and I was like, something wicked this way comes. It was like some dark, dreary movie. I messaged my fleet manager. I was like, you know what, on second thought I changed my mind, because like now it looks like something biblical, like the book of Revelations, like Armageddon is here or something. I don't know, but it doesn't look good. And he was just like, yeah, okay, fine. Well, guess what? I sat there for like 27 hours or something. Like, I officially took the trailer, but I was sitting bobtail. It rocked me all night long. And it was almost like being on a cruise ship. Like, just that rocking, waving feeling. Yeah, it wasn't good. Wasn't good. And then they set a new appointment time for me for midnight. I was like 360 miles away, which 60 miles per hour, that's 6 hours. Okay, everybody can do that math, you know. But all the warnings and everything were going to be on till 1800. So I thought, well, you know, usually the warnings, if they'll come off, the wind will die down about 2 hours before that, because they're trying to be safe when they put those warnings up. So 1600, I drive out, and I'm like, that should give me plenty of time. I drive out. The wind seemed to be but the wind direction changed. So now I wasn't going to have it banging against me. I was going to be going with it, so I should have been okay. So I'm like, all right, I go out. Took me 2.5 hours to drive 75 miles. Why? 2 accidents and a truck fire. And then by the time I got out of that and I sped up and I was like, okay, I'm getting some distance now, all of a sudden, boom, there went the wind again. And I'm like, what the heck? So I went and parked. And I was parked for 2.5 hours. And when the wind finally did die down, I told dispatch, hey, I'm going to go drive. There's no way I'm going to make this appointment now. I'll see how far I get. I'll let you know. Right. So I got like 50 miles to the customer, and I parked at a Petro. And I messaged them, and I was like, all right, I'm parked. I'm exhausted. When you're fighting wind like that, it's exhausting. It's mentally and physically exhausting. And so, yeah, in the morning, you know, I told my fleet manager, look, you know, what do you want me to do? He was just like, I support your decision to stop. And I'm like, you know, there's nothing I could do. And he's like, this was a really bad storm. I'm like, I know. Well, I wound up having a friend who has 2-stop delivery over in St. Louis. So she said to me, look, I'm not that far from you. So the trailer I have has to go into the terminal for repairs. I don't want to go. So I will come. I will do my deliveries. I will come and bring you your trailer, you know, bring you the empty trailer, and I'll go make your 2 deliveries. And I was like, okay, that's great. Like, told my fleet manager, he was like, wow, you did my job for me. You made my life easier. Awesome. Everything was planned. And then she got stuck at one of her customers for a really long time. Apparently, they put her in the wrong door, thought she was a different truck. They didn't unload her for like 6 hours past when they were supposed to. So that meant that I was supposed to go do the first stop, the first delivery. So, you know, I have a flight in the morning, like Saturday. Now it is What time is it now? It's got to be like 5 o'clock. It's 5 a.m. on Friday. I still have to go home and do all my packing. I still got to make arrangements for the cat. I was supposed to go to the bank, to the DMV. I was supposed to go to the doctor. I have an appointment to go get a massage because, like, you know, that's a whole nother issue. But my shoulder's hurting me, and I was supposed to go get a massage, and not happening now. Just not happening. So it's like I gotta go jump in the bunk right now so that she's at her next delivery, her second delivery. Hopefully she gets out there soon. Then she can come meet me. She can go on and deliver my second stop. But it's like, this is the craziness that happens in trucking. And no matter how much you plan, no matter how hard you try, something may just screw you up. So, you know, have some patience. Smile. You know, I mean, I'm not missing my flight. Because even if she took too long, if I wound up telling my fleet manager, look, you got to find me somebody, because I'm on I-70, so it's not like they wouldn't be able to find somebody. It's just that it's more work for him, and it could take longer too, because that doesn't mean somebody's going to be right here, and she's not that far away. So, you know, it's just that. And get this, can you tell now it's raining? So it's like, I can't wait to get to Vegas and sit in the jacuzzi and have somebody pamper me. Yes. Okay. But when I get back home, we'll probably do a live or something. I wanted to do some lives with some, like, interviewing some drivers and see what I can set up. But anyway, you guys be safe out there. I hope to see you out here truck along. And thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all of you guys. Comment down below, like, subscribe.